So, I am 1 year from retirement, January 2025, and what does this look like? So, why am I only 1 year from retirement to start off with? Originally, I was going to go till April 2026, but it's looking like if the shares continue to work how they're working, and my pension and everything that I'm contributing, that I should be able to retire December 2025, which is an absolute bonus for me. So, as my husband keeps saying to me, that means that this January the 1st was the last January the 1st I was going to be working. This February half term is going to be the last school February half term that I do. So yeah, that's quite exciting when I think about that. So yeah, I was trying to work out the maths with the shares of the reason I'm going to be able to retire about 4 to 6 months earlier than planned. And basically the shares have got to perform at about 6 to 7% this next year for me to be comfortable in December saying bye work. But I won't be drawing from them from December. I'll tell you what my plan is. The plan for the first year is I will cash in my people's pension. So anybody of a similar age to me, anybody who's working, will know that a few years ago the government automatically made people who work enroll into a workplace pension. Work have to pay a bit into it, you have to pay a bit into it, certain percentages. So even though I only work 10 to 15 hours a week, and I've been doing this job for 7 years, I've been paying into the people's pension. Now, it's actually only going to be worth about £10,000, so I am going to cash that in and use that for the first 6, 8, 10 months so the shares can grow for longer. And then what I'm going to do once I've done that is I will start taking from my ISA or my private pension, because I won't get my teaching assistant and teacher's pension until I'm at least 60. So that's the plan in terms of pensions, taking the people's pension first as a lump sum, which I should be able to do because it'll be under £10,000, and then take something from my ISA to last me for the first year. Hello, look at you, Bear, sweeties. Yeah, so what am I doing this year to keep preparing for retirement? Still putting obviously I'm still paying into my people's pension because that's automatic through work. I'm still putting in a little bit into my Vanguard pension for this next year. I'm starting to try to downsize a little bit in terms of everything that I've got in the house. I've got so many clothes that I know people have said once you don't go to work, you don't wear as many different clothes, you don't spend as much money on clothes, you don't wear as many clothes. Now, whether that'll be true or not, I don't know. But I'm trying to downsize a little bit in terms of getting rid of things. And we're just doing lots of little trips and things to plan for what we might want to do in our retirement. If you've watched any of our previous videos, you'll know that we intend to retire to Beverley. So we currently live in a 3-bed detached. We intend in 4 years, when my husband retires, to move to Beverley and live in a 2-bed. So that was one of the reasons why I've got to downsize. But we keep going, and we've been up to Beverley a couple of times, see how we like it, keep sort of toddling there. I've been doing a lot of trusted house sitters. We did 5 trusted house sits last year. We've got some booked for this year as well. We've got one booked in a few weeks actually, because I plan to do a lot more of that when I retire. When I look at the Trusted House Sitter website, there's like a 6-week sit in Harrogate, a 3-week sit in, is it Moulton, somewhere in Ilkley. So many lovely little sits in Yorkshire. So I do plan to do quite a lot of those when I retire. Please remember, if you're enjoying this video, or even if you're not, please help by liking and subscribing. Like and subscribe. I need to say. Absolutely beautiful out here. It's freezing, but that is our local reservoir. It is so nice. We're just walking around it. See, these are what every day is going to look like when I retire, hopefully. Just walking with the dog and going to coffee shops and walking around nice places. Water is always the key. I adore walking by water. Anybody who has seen any of our One Step Closer will know a thing of mine that's always been is trying to lose weight and get healthier for retirement. And I have currently lost nearly 30 pounds on something called Monjaro. And I started this in September, and it's just something that works for me. It doesn't work for everybody, but it's working brilliantly for me. So that's what I'm doing as well. So I'm definitely getting healthier for retirement. So financially I'm getting healthier, physically I'm getting healthier, mentally. Now, because I so want to retire, because I'm only a year away, it's becoming a little bit of an obsession. So I need to watch that, because I do like my job. I love working with the kids that I work with. It's just I'd rather be doing something else. I've said this so many times. It's not that I dislike doing what I'm doing. I'd just rather be doing something else. I'd rather be doing what I'm doing now, walking along the reservoir. I'd rather be in a coffee shop having a coffee, chatting with friends. I'd rather be going to see my mum who's got dementia. I'd rather be going to the gym. So I don't dislike my job. I'd just rather be doing something else. And that's the only... Mentally, a year now seems a long time. A really long time. Whereas, like, people who have got 10 years to retirement probably don't think about it that much. So it's good to have a plan, and it's good to be really sorted in terms of what you want to do and how you're going to do it. But then you've got to be settled in what you're doing now, I think. So I just need to work on that a little bit. But the Trusted House Sitters is helping, because for me, I've always said a change is as good as a rest. And just toddling off to different places, just breaking things up and doing like mini little retirement practices, I think is going to keep me going. So I think that's the only updates really. Financial, physical, mental. I had some great news from the vets that she said I have a 10-year-old Shih Tzu, and I've always been worried that he's not going to be here when I retire, or we're not going to get to spend. The worst thing would be working, and then you retire, and then the dog pops off and it's not there with you. So I had some brilliant news, and the vet said that he's nothing like a 10-year-old dog, and I took him back again today, and she said she would say, as a vet, he's more like a 5-6-year-old dog. So hopefully he'll be here way into my retirement, and we can do our visits and our walks and everything together. So if anybody has any questions or any more specifics about the finances, about what we plan to do in terms of when I'm drawing, what I'm drawing, it's quite fluid. It's not exact. It's a work in progress, but you've got to have a plan, haven't you? You've also got to be flexible with your plan. So that's where we are, really. That's where I am. If the shares continue to perform well, then Bruce will definitely be done in 4 years. So I've got 1, Bruce has got 4. But this 1 year might be a long one, unless I just chill my beans a little bit, get my mind more settled into enjoying work, enjoying my last year, enjoying the fruits of my labour. I wanted to be a teacher for so long. I think I wanted to be a teacher for years and years. I did an open university degree as an adult, trained to become a teacher, and prior to my brain injury I loved every single minute of being a teacher. I didn't know every single minute. Any other teachers listening to this is like, you're lying. Yeah, I didn't. It feels like it now, but yeah, I loved being a teacher. So I just need to enjoy my last year of retirement. And now I think the temperature out there is about 7, something like that. So I'm getting to a stage where I cannot feel my fingers anymore. So that's retirement, dreams to reality. I'm Keely, and Bruce is behind me. He's been walking the dog. Thanks for watching.